the world of news on this day, the 23rd of December, the year being 2022, and Christmas is finally here. But for now, let us keep you posted on the latest in the world of news, both locally and internationally. I'm Mwege William. Welcome to the broadcast. And now, kicking off our broadcast, President William Ruto has made 7 top management appointments to key state corporations. Among those appointed are former Roads Cabinet Secretary Michael Kamau, who will chair the National Health Insurance Fund for a period of 3 years effective December 23rd, 2022. In a Gazette notice, the President has revoked the appointment of Lewis Nguyai to that position. The President also appointed Julius Wawero Karangi to be the chair of the National Council for Population and Development Board, revoking the appointment of David Ngoge. Anthony Murioki Monyere has been appointed the chairman of the National Social Security Fund Board of Trustees for a period of 3 years, revoking the appointment of Karangi to that position. Job Chirchir has been appointed to be the chairperson of the Kenya Forest Service, while Faith Boynet is the new chairperson of the board of directors of the Kenya Pipeline Company Limited, an appointment that has revoked the appointment of Rita Ching Okuthe to that position. Now, moving on, learning institutions disputing the just released KCPE examination results have 30 days to query the results for a review. This is according to the Kenya National Examination Council Chief Executive Officer Dr. David Njegere, who says once they receive the complaints, they will counter-check them. Moi DEB Primary School in Bungoma County is among schools that parents and teachers feel that the scores they receive do not reflect the potential of their children. KCSE candidates are sitting for their last paper today.
National examinations allow for any candidate who feels that they have a query on either the way their names were captured or their marks. They have the right to request for us to verify their results. So as soon as we receive this, we verify for each and every candidate, and that is a procedure that will be followed even in this case. As soon as they submit their query, we are going to verify.
On marking, most of us, as we go out to celebrate Christmas, we shall be hanging around to make sure that we are prepared to let our children know their status before the schools open on 23rd. So it means we have a very short time, and therefore we are kicking off all the exercise as soon as we finish what we are doing. So it will be a marathon.
The 3 main suspects in the evil act committed on baby Brighton Sagini Jr. case have pleaded not guilty to have committed the criminal offense of gouging out both eyes of the baby. Alex Ochogo Minor, Rael Nyakerario, and Pacifica Nyakerario have been charged with attempted murder contrary to Section 220A of the Penal Code. The prosecutor, Hilary Kaino, has requested the judge not to grant the 3 either bond or cash bail, citing their safety as the matter is of public interest and the public is very angry with him. Both Rael Nyakerario and Alex Minor Nyachogo have agreed to both the prosecutor and baby Sagini's lawyer's request, but Pacifica has not yet agreed on the terms.
Alex, umeelewa maombi hayo, unalipi la kusema? Upande wa mashtaka wanapinga kwamba usipewe dhamana, bond ama cash bail. Sababu ni kwamba moja, wanahofia kwamba ninyi mkiweza kuachiliwa, sahi kwa sasa umma bado iko na hamaki, watu wamekasirika. Kwa hivyo kwa usalama wenu wanaomba bado mbaki kule rumande kesi ikiendelea, na pili kwamba wanahofia kwamba kuna uwezekano kwamba nyinyi mnaweza kususia wale mashahidi wasiweze kuja hapa kotini. Wanasema kwamba wale mashahidi ni majamaa zenu. Mara mtakapopewa zile statements mtaweza kujua majina yao na kuna wanahofia kwamba mtaweza kuwasusia wasiweze kuja kotini kutoa ushahidi wao. Kwa hivyo wanaomba msipewe dhamana, bond ama cash bail. Uko sawa?
Has registered its support over CS Aden Duale's sentiment on Muslim women who do not wear a head covering. According to the leaders, the hijab is a highly valued dress code among Muslims and therefore should be respected. They have as well lauded President William Ruto for promoting a sense of unity and gelling among Kenyans. Despite their diverse religious beliefs, they have also called on school administrators to allow Muslim pupils in rural areas to practice their religion by wearing a head covering.
Kuvaa hijab ni heshima na taadhima katika tamaduni ya Kiislamu. Kwa hivyo hilo jambo tunalipongeza sana na tunaunga mkono na tunamshukuru Mungu kuwa na uongozi kuanzia rais ambaye ni mcha Mungu pamoja na waziri wake, hasa yale maneno ambayo ameyazungumza defense minister Mheshimiwa Aden Duale.
Wearing hijab among Muslim women is an act of worship, and we thank the government of Kenya Kwanza for the positive gesture. It is our hope and wish that the government will continue to uphold and respect different religions within our borders to foster unity and prosperity among Kenyans.
Jambo la heshima ya mavazi ya mama zetu, dada zetu, liwe ni lenye kupawa kipaumbele katika nchi yetu. Kwa hakika jambo kama hili limetufurahisha.
Sehemu zingine ambazo ziko labda up country hawaruhusiwi watoto wa Kiislamu kuvaa hili vazi. Kwa hivyo ni ombi letu kwamba tutakubaliwa, kwa sababu kuvaa hijab ni act of worship, ni kitendo cha ibada.
Now to some good story. Listen to this. There were celebrations at Hola Primary School after a young boy rescued from child labor at Wayu village in Tana River County surprised many after scoring more than 400 marks in the 2022 Kenya Certificate of Primary Education exam. Dube Abdul Latif Yakub, who was a KCPE candidate at Hola Ama Primary School in Hola Town, got 403 marks, becoming one of the top performers in the county. Yakub, who wants to join Alliance High School for his secondary school education, says that life in the village, which is 70 kilometers from town, was not conducive for learning since he was forced to tend to his father's cattle most of the time.
My father doesn't know even hizi mambo za shule. Mimi nimechukuliwa na babangu mdogo kanileta huku and akaweka kwa hii shule. Fee was problem. Many times I was sent home, but when I reached standard 8, the teachers sympathized on me and they gave me sponsor, and throughout the standard 8 I learned freely and I have made it. I thank God for it. What I ask for is just somebody to sponsor me.
Tangu ameanza kusoma, ilikuwa performance yake ilikuwa ni mzuri. Wanga ni mara moja tu wanga anakuwa na position 2, lakini mara yote huanga position 1. Na ni kijana mzuri, ni kijana ako na bidii ya kusoma. Hiyo uwezo kwa sahi hatuna, lakini tutangangania tu na tunaomba msaada kwa serikali wamsaidie kwa sababu ni mtoto ako na malengo.
Children from Israel Faith Children's Home in Lanet had an early Christmas feast after they received an assortment of foodstuffs and books from Mount Kenya University Nakuru campus. The institution's Nakuru campus director, Dr. Emily Nyabisi, said the gesture was aimed at bringing back smiles on the faces of the orphaned children. She noted that as many families gather to celebrate Christmas, many children in orphanages do not get to have the same feeling, and thus they move to celebrate with them. She said they have donated books textbooks, which will assist in impacting the children who majority are in primary school with necessary knowledge as they grow.
Christmas, we wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. We wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of our hearts.
We thought, like, this is a festive season. Mostly during the festive season, people remember to make merry and have fun and enjoy Christmas and the festivities with their families. But as a society, we rarely remember those who are not privileged. And therefore, we felt as an institution that we should come, share the day with them, tell them that they are remembered during this festive season, and at least we bring something small for them to celebrate Christmas with. So even as we make merry and celebrate Christmas and other festivities, at the back of our mind, we remember our main mandate, which is teaching and learning, dissemination of knowledge. And so as part of what we have brought these children, we have brought them books, we have brought them assorted textbooks, we have brought them assorted storybooks from different ages, we have brought them exercise books, pens, pencils, crayons, so that they can also continue learning. And we hope that from that thirst of knowledge, we hope to see some, if not all of them, joining us in the university at some point.
Na tunashukuru Mungu kwa sababu wamefika, wametuongeresha, tuko na furaha kwa vile wameungana na sisi. Na hata tunashukuru Mungu hata kwa sababu ya gift zile wametuletea. Mimi na watoto tuko na furaha.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
The festive mood is on for sure. Now, moving on, Agikuyu elders in Trans Nzoia County have castigated those opposed to African cultures. The elders say there is need to embrace African diverse culture for prosperity. Our very own Boniface Baraza has the details.
These are tens of teens who are transiting from childhood to adulthood after undergoing circumcision ceremony, which is the rite of passage according to African culture.
Wakishatailishwa, tunachukua fursa kuwafunza mila na desturi zetu, maisha ya kisasa, hatari za ile upotofu wa maisha.
Tunawaitianga mawakili na hospidi ya polisi awafunze sheria, ndio akitoka hapa ajue uko na sheria, na akifika nyumbani tunamfundisha vile atakaa na wazazi yake.
The elders engage them in local dialect before smearing oil on their forehead. But what does this signify?
Hii mambo ya kupakwa hiyo uliona ikipakwa kwa uso inaitwa ila. Ni kutakasa huyo mtoto. Ni kusema hiyo mtoto penye ataenda bila mambo baya yoyote.
Everyone is dressed in a traditional attire while holding a stick to signify the transition to adulthood.
Hiyo fimbo ndio sambo ya chama. Naye sasa hawa vijana tunampa hiyo fimbo aende naye nyumbani aiweke kwake, kuonekana akienda nyumbani akitoka naye hapa amekuwa mzee ya boma.
Hii age ni kama ile iliyotangulia mwezi wa 3, tunaiita rikarea gamini.
The elders insist the rise in discipline cases among the youth is as a result of westernization.
Tumekuwa colonized na wazungu, wakajaribu kutupiga mila yetu na tukapotea mwelekeo wa tamaduni zetu. Tamaduni zinasaidia vijana wetu kujijua ni kina nani.
A section of parents we spoke to have hailed the move, saying it helped in shaping the society.
Sisi tumefurahia sana kwa jamii ya Wakikuyu kuanza kurudisha mila zetu, na watoto wetu mbona wametuchungia vizuri na tumefurahi sana.
Furaha na kuwarudishia pia shukrani kwa kutufunzia watoto wetu njia nzuri na maadili mema ya jamii.
Boniface Baraza, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
Well, do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business. Farming. Tasty Wednesday. Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga,
and music bands every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday, Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga,
and music bands every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday, Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday.
Welcome back. Now, Health Cabinet Secretary Dr. Susan Nakhumicha is leading a tree planting exercise in Trans Nzoia County. The CS is accompanied by other local leaders. This comes in the wake of President William Ruto's call on Kenyans to plant trees to avert the effect of climate change. We are now joined by our very own reporter Boniface Baraza for a live update. Boniface, if you can hear me, what is the latest from your end? Boniface.
Good afternoon to Muge William, and we're coming to you live from Baraton Primary School in Kiminini Sub-County, Trans Nzoia County, where the Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakhumicha Wafula is leading the tree planting exercise in partnership with the Media Council of Kenya. And we also have the Rift Valley Regional Coordinator for Media Council. We just want to understand why, as the media regulators have opted to join in this tree planting campaign. Then later on, we'll be joined by the Cabinet Secretary for the live session. Please kindly join us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana Karanja. As a media council, the media regulators, why have you opted to join in this tree planting campaign?
Thank you very much. It's clear that the government, through the President William Ruto, directed that in the next 10 years we are planning to plant a total of 15 billion trees. And as a council, we have partnered with Senator Alan Chesang in trying to ensure that this one comes to fruition. Because as you remember, we may be pushing so many agendas in all our different professions, but if we are not able to protect our environment and take care of it, we may not have an environment to live in years to come, and that is why we are here today. Yes.
What is your call and what is your message basically to Kenyans probably who think or who think this is just a government initiative, then the government opt to take it up?
Basically, I think my call to everyone else out there is that let us remember that Kenya does not belong only to the government, but belongs to all of us. We have to protect it, we have to take care of it and preserve it, and this effort of planting trees will go a long way in helping this. Yes.
Remember, currently the country is battling what we call climate change. How does this goes along in combating this or in mitigating this?
You see, even we as a council have been conducting enough sensitization programs on issues of climate change, where we've been training journalists and building their capacities on how to report on climate change issues. So this one goes completely in line with this. We have been training journalists on issues of agroforestry, which will go a long way in helping on issues of climate. So this one falls primarily into one of our bigger agendas in the next couple of months. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That was Karanja, the Rift Valley Regional Coordinator for the Media Council of Kenya. We also joined by the Cabinet Secretary of Health, Dr. Susan Wafula Nakhumicha. Thank you, Waziri, for making time for TV47. Why this 15 billion tree planting campaign?
Thank you. First of all, I'm very happy to be home. This is where I did my KCP many years ago, and many of my teachers are here. I really want to appreciate them. I see Madam Chesoli here, she taught me English. I have seen Mr. Motoka, he taught me Kiswahili. Mr. Wepuhulu taught me English. Madam Florence, those were my teachers. I did my KCP here, and I was the best student in Trans Nzoia district at that time. So I'm happy to be home. Why are we planting 15 billion trees? The world today, we are faced with an issue. The environment is degraded, and we are facing a climate issue, and the only way to go about it is to plant trees. Just recently, we finished a COP27, where all leaders converged together in Egypt to discuss matters health and matters the environment. And we know that when we plant trees, it's not just for the environment. We also have trees like fruit trees. So they work on they give us fruits, they give us food as well. But generally, matters of oxygen generation, cleaning the environment, we can only do it through planting trees. After COP27, our president, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, said, as Kenya, we commit to plant 15 billion trees between now and 2032. So we started that journey. On Tuesday, it was his birthday, and the whole country, we planted about 560,000 trees. And that is our target. I was supposed to have done it on Tuesday, but I said, no, I want to do it in a special way, in a special place. And that is why I'm here.
This is your school?
This is my school. It is special to me. That's why I want to kickstart my tree planting here. We've planted some in Endebess this morning. We've also planted at Trans Nzoia Primary. So we want to continue with the process and ensure that we plan. And I want to ask of the head teacher, Madam Susan, that we are not just planting trees, but we are nurturing them. We are growing them so that they get to assist us in the environment. Because if we plant and we don't nurture them, we lose. It will be meaningless. So as we plant today, and later on I'll be donating a tank of water, please make sure the students nurture the trees.
Lastly, as we wrap up, Trans Nzoia being a food basket of the country, and you alluded of fruit trees, how does this goes a long way in terms of achieving food security for the country?
For many years, Trans Nzoia has been a food basket for this country, and it's because of the large-scale farmers who do cereals, and mostly maize. And in Trans Nzoia, we don't just do maize for consumption, but we also do maize for seeds, which go all over the country, and some even go outside this country for planting. So we want Trans Nzoia to regain the space of food basket of this country, that we increase our acreage of maize that we are planting, and we ensure that farmers are able to reap maximum from whatever they are planting. Recently there have been conversations of food shortage. So that is what we want to encourage people, that farmers to get down and do what they are required to do so that we increase food in this country. Thank you.
Thank you. That is Cabinet Secretary of Health, Susan Nakhumicha Wafula. She has made a maiden comeback in her primary school where she sat for CPE, probably. KCPE. She's not that old enough. But she kickstarted the exercise of tree planting.